G'day everybody. Well, welcome to another little session around the campfire. And look, I thought to myself, why wouldn't I talk about camping, because it's something I love to do, and talk about it with my daughter, who's been on many trips over the years, like from probably 3 or 4 weeks old actually. She was out there.
Yeah.
Probably in a tent doing those
swag.
sort of things. Yeah,
I was in a swag.
Yeah, doing it. So anyway, what we thought we'd do is just talk about camping in general and fire away with any questions, because I think we've done it the rough way,
Yep.
the easy way, the hard way, and the luxury of ways. Well, I know you do it a lot of luxury ways these days, but you know.
But we have, yeah.
That's for sure. But let's just start off with what's the earliest camping trip you can remember?
Oh goodness, I remember many camping trips, but the Fraser Island and the Double Island ones always stand out. The cyclone season. Cyclone
Christmas.
season, yeah
Christmas
every
holidays.
Christmas, and yeah, we had to really batten down the fort and protect ourselves. And we've had many times where we have not had a campsite when we've come back from fishing and things like that. So I do remember those. They're pretty fond memories.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, those sort of camping trips, what she's referring to, we're talking probably around 30 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
You're getting old now, eh?
Yep.
So, yeah, that's how long ago we're talking, because back then we used to go up to Fraser Island, for example, and it was never monitored like it is now. And now it's Gari, and you've got ranges all over the place. And the big thing with it there is, back then, is we would go up to Sandy Cape, which is the tip, and we'd camp there every single Christmas without failure. And we'd stay there for 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. And I remember the one that you're probably referring to is we were up there, a cyclone come in, we didn't know it was happening, and we got caught up there, and we were up there, I think we ended up being stuck there for over a week. And we had your cousin, who was, I think, about 6 months old.
Yeah.
And she needed formula. And we got to the last day, and because the tides were 2 metre tides, they were really high, we couldn't get back down to Orchid Beach. And the hard part about that was we tried each day to go back, and it just couldn't happen. And then that last day, we overheated the other old landy, which was called the bush pig, and it was one of them. Let me tell you about that.
It was rough.
It was rough, wasn't it? Anyway, we got back there and we got out of there. But yeah.
And the food, pippies, dart, like it was so basic.
It's funny you can remember even that.
Yeah, well, it was like pippies. You have to be super careful with how you cook them. Yep. And we were just like eating lots of pippies, right?
Yep.
Oh,
lots
crazy.
Of dart. We had dart,
dart
with vinegar, dart with brown sauce, dart with sugar, dart with you name it. We had it
so basic.
So many different ways, but yeah, it was really funny. But we got a few things coming in here. Bit louder.
Oh.
All right. Same here, Tamara. Cyclone season at Double Island.
Yep. Hi, Bill and Kaz. Nice to hear from you.
Fraser was so good 30 years ago, still awesome now, but not the same. Nostalgic. No, look, I will talk about that till the cows come home. But it was so brilliant back in the day when the Brumbies were on there.
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
I still remember. I must have been 5 maybe. And the Brumbies come through, and I was in a tent, and you were like protecting me because the Brumbies were actually coming through, because there were some young guys. Now they would have been P-platers. Yeah. And they were chucking donuts down the beach.
Yeah. And they scared them, and they come running through the camp, and that was the scary part, and maybe that was the reason why they got rid of them. But having them up there was just amazing to actually see it like that. And then I wish I still had the pictures, but I had a picture with you sitting on a dune, and you're sitting there with the mum dingo and 3 puppies right beside you, and you're just sitting with the puppies stroking them.
Yeah.
Back then, we could do a lot of things, and there was no real issue, you know. So
that's changed a lot, hasn't it?
It has changed a lot.
But I remember that. I do remember that.
But yeah, Yes, it has. Dart sweet chili sauce. Yes, we did have it like that too. Yes.
It's still dart for days. Christmas time, just gone. Dart.
Yeah, well, that's right. We were just up there at Christmas on 3 weeks.
Oh dear.
So what's that? Fraser was too good. Oh yeah, 30 years. Yeah, I read that one. Yeah, that's right.
Even Double Island and Inskip Point before all the sinkholes when you could camp on the beach at Inskip.
Yeah.
And the bonfires every Christmas or New Year's, you know, like
Yep.
those were the days.
Yep.
It's changed so much.
And what I like that was where you sort of we camped there every weekend.
Yeah.
That was it. We'd
Yep.
leave on a Friday afternoon and we'd go up there and then we'd come back early hours Monday morning so we'd get back to work.
And
And
school,
that was the way our life was. That's
Yep.
what we did, you know, and oh, that was living.
It was living, and it took us a lot longer to get up there then than it does now because the roads
Oh yeah.
were shocking.
Yeah.
But we camped so basic, we just chucked it in the
Yeah.
landy and off we went.
So what do you remember was your most basic camp trip?
I mean, a lot of them were pretty basic. Like we were lucky to have a giant tarp, right? And tarp poles with Coke bottles that protected the tips of the tarp, you know, the poles with the tarp so we didn't rip holes. We always camped pretty basic. I think like back in the days when it was just you and I, it was just one swag, we'd chuck a tarp over the top or I'd be in a swag next year.
Yep.
And we'd just have a fire. We'd have a barbie plate or a fry pan in the fire.
Yep.
And that was us.
Yep.
Like bit of baked beans on toast.
Yep.
And that was us. We were happy.
And you know what was really funny was recently I can't think where I was, but anyway, oh yeah, I was in WA and I was over there with another mate of mine, Jeff, and what happened was we forgot the barbie plate, and I just remembered what we did. Automatically, you just go to the shovel. Use the shovel as your barbie plate to cook up your meat and sausages
see,
and
that
stuff
works. I like that
So,
idea.
you know, that's how basic you can be, you know, because that's
Yep.
all you got to do is cook a bit of tucker, and
That's it.
but it's really good like that. Oh, we've got some questions. How was the cleanup on Fraser and hanging out with the guys from the Wildside Garage? How good was the podcast? Hey, look, that was absolutely awesome. So that was Tom. Yeah, no, we had an absolute ball. You know, like the cleanup was amazing what we actually did up there because we, you know, I can't remember how much it was now. I don't know if you remember what I said.
No.
No, but it was
sorry.
a lot. We cleaned up an
Yeah.
awful lot up there. I know there was over 300 people. Over 300 people up there picking up the rubbish. So I think it was about 8 tons, something like that.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really good. And yeah, I ended up on a podcast with the guys from Wildside, and we had a bit of a chat about it with Barney from Legend X and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool.
I just got a text message question. They can't comment. And it was, who's the better cook between you and I?
Oh, easy.
Me.
Hands down, it's been me for many years.
He claims my cook-ups all the time.
She's just in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's
It's
all
not
it is.
true.
But anyway, how is this cook-up going?
I do need to stoke the
I
fire.
think you better check that too, because I can see it steaming away
I'm
there.
cooking at the moment, guys.
Yeah, we're having a cook-up. I'm letting her cook tonight because no, she's got it covered.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. It smells amazing.
So what are you actually cooking up tonight? Tamara?
So tonight,
If you duck down, you can see into that camera there.
which one? Oh, sorry, guys.
No, that's all right.
So tonight I am cooking a pulled brisket and gnocchi. So we'll have a bit of a clip go up on that as well on how exactly I've made it. But yeah, we've had it on the boil now for a couple of hours. And then we're going to whack the gnocchi in right before, oh, where am I looking? This one now. Sorry. This one. I'm looking at the wrong one.
Middle one.
Yeah, we've got just over a kilo and a half of brisket in here. It's going to pull apart nicely. Got some red wine, some beautiful veggies in there, and I'll boil up the gnocchi after. So I get the claim on that one tonight.
Yeah, no, look, she does a fantastic job of the cook-ups, and I'm first to say that she can do the cook-up because she does a great job, because I can be quite basic and bland at the same time. But at the you know, you're cooking up a bit of food, so it's I do like to have a few flavours, and I like how you experiment with it, because I remember I remember the time when you started getting right into the cooking, and we were using campfire kitchen gear, and you had the coil oven.
Oh, the bell oven, yeah.
The bell oven, yeah,
Yep.
the bell oven. And then you were using all different woods to create the
Yeah.
flavours, and the smell was going through the meat. And
Yeah, that was really good. It was like slow smoked.
yeah, but I got fed nearly every week for weeks then because she was practicing on it. So it was really good.
It was pretty cool.
Awesome. Oh, what happened there?
I might actually just stoke that a little bit more though.
Oh, there we go. I just lost everyone for a minute. So let's have a look here. Bill and Kaz. So true. You could buy fireworks from the guys off the beach.
Yes.
Awesome times back then. Yeah, that is true. I've been Tompkinson. I've been going to Fraser for 50 years. Wow. Yeah. I haven't quite been there going quite that long, but yeah. Bill Glover, great to see you guys doing it together. Look, why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we do it together? Because I mean, we always go camping to different places, and it's always been very family orientated in our trips and whatnot. And been a few destinations, that's for sure.
We certainly have.
You know.
Yeah, heaps of good ones.
But what would be your favourite trip you've been to? I mean, not with me, or just in general for yourself.
In general, I would say the Victorian High Country.
Yep.
That one was a massive learning curve because I had to tow.
Yep.
I had to help set up the campers for families. We did it for a camper trailer segment. I had my daughter, Sahaj Kyra, my eldest daughter with me, and it was snowing.
Yeah.
So Queensland, I am not good with the cold. We couldn't have a fire every night. So it was a challenge, but it was my most favourable, although we live in the best part. So we see all the most amazing things anyway, right? But that one was a standout. Plus I love the huts. So.
And you were, when you did that, that was when you were doing the TV show.
Yeah.
And that was Camp Trail Lifestyle?
Yeah. Yep. There's still some of those clips up there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's great. And if you get to experience it firsthand, as in female, towing a camp trailer up into the high country, because I mean, if anyone's ever done the high country, I mean, of course, many would have, it's a learning curve for anyone that's not used to doing switchbacks.
Yeah.
The cornering on those tracks can sometimes be really difficult when you're towing, but also at the same time, if you're in a truck or anything like that, a 79 series or a Land Rover, you might have to do a couple of turns to get round that corner. So,
that's for sure.
But and how did you camp? You just camped in a camp trailer?
Not every night. So sometimes I had to give the camp trailer up for the family that actually come along for the trip.
Yep.
So I would be just swagging it, or we were on stretchers, so it was cold. Like Shakara and I were in an Oz tent, I'd say we were.
Yeah.
And we're on the stretchers. It was absolutely freezing, but there was no heaters.
No. Well, now you've got gas heaters.
Yeah.
You've got electric blankets. Well, it's a common thing these days to have electric blankets.
We have 12-volt electric blankets now.
Do you?
Yep.
Oh,
we bought them a week ago.
There
or
you
2
go.
weeks ago.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you're just getting geared up because you're going on another trip now, aren't you?
Yeah.
So tell us where you're going.
So we're heading out to Uluru. So we're going to follow in Dad's footsteps, head out west a little bit. So we're getting that all sorted at the moment. We're actually going to tow a van out there. We've got a couple of friends that we're going out with, and so we've got the kids. We're just going to go and experience the beautiful sunsets and do a bit of touring around, check out some canyons and the
how long?
landscapes. We're going to be away for just on 3 weeks.
3 weeks. So 3 weeks in a BT50.
Yep.
Towing a caravan.
Yep.
A big caravan, little caravan.
We've got a 15-foot.
15-footer?
Hybrid, yep.
And that fits the 4?
Yeah, we've got the queen size bed and then the bunks in the front.
Yep.
Yep.
Great. Oh, well, I mean, that'd be a magic little trip.
It's going to be like being in a hotel on wheels.
Yeah, well.
Great. We don't have to chuck the campers on
And
the
that
roof.
is the luxury that you can do.
Yeah, something different.
All right, Tompkinson, the dirt roads are so good nowadays. Yeah, absolutely. Well, but if we're talking Victoria for sake of argument, I was down in Victorian High Country at the end of last year, and I could not believe the bulldust. I was really surprised because every time I've been in the high country, the bulldust, I never even knew it existed there because
Yeah.
it's always been moist and wet sort of thing. So
Yeah,
that was really surprising for me. The Vic High Country is my backyard. Love it. Oh, absolutely.
You're
Yeah.
lucky, Mark. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, for sure.
What about your favourite?
This is for you. How do you find travelling with the kids? Both of you. Oh, both of you. All right.
Well, when we go, it's fine.
Yeah. Look, honestly, I was brought into because I was very young when we had Tamara, and so therefore it's just been a natural thing for me. I always had an army of kids at our place,
Always.
and we always camped in the backyard if we didn't go travelling and camping. So. Travelling with kids has never been an issue. I think the challenge of today is there's so much available to everybody, so therefore they're not. And look, if you can take your kids off these things,
Yeah, the screens.
it makes a huge difference because like what we did with your kids at Christmas was we played board games up the beach.
It was the best.
It was.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, we had Starlink. We had those sort of things, but we didn't let the kids on them because you go places where there's no reception, you keep the iPads and stuff away. There is plenty to do, and it goes back to the exploring. So,
I guess in the case of when they're younger, it's a little bit more challenging, but snacks. I just chuck snacks in with the kids, right?
Yep.
Put music on that they were happy listening to and just talk to them, played I Spy, you know, even as a toddler, like where's the cow, where's the whatever it is, you know, and it keeps them occupied. So.
And I think a real important part is when you travel with kids, you've got to start them at the real early age because otherwise this excuse comes in that the kids don't like to drive far, the kids want to stop all the time, the kids. If you start them young, they don't care. They sit in the car, you sat in the car, Tristan and Jasmine sat in the car, and we've travelled all over this whole country. So, I mean, how old were Tristan and Jasmine when I did the Kimberleys? They were like
really little. Jasmine was a toddler.
Well, she just started walking. Just started walking.
Yeah.
And then when we talk of that was the most horrifying trip I had. Was we got to a camp one night and one afternoon. And we were in WA in the Kimberleys, and I was towing a camper, and the kids got out. Like we're talking, she might have been maybe 1.5, and Tristan would have been 3.
Yep.
And she's walked straight across a fire, but the fire had been buried, so we didn't actually see that there was a fire there. And she stood in it barefoot, and burnt her feet. And of course, we're in the middle of absolutely nowhere. So we've got a screaming kid with burnt feet. And I spent the night with her sitting in a stream with her feet in the water and keeping her pacified that way with all these eyes looking at me, which were all freshwater crocs. Like it was, you know, like for people that aren't prepared for these sorts of things and, you know, what could happen. It's one of those things that does happen and you've just got to be prepared for it. But the learning curve for us was, one, never let the kid out without shoes on the feet, as much as that's how we, when we were younger, that's how we were brought up. We walked around everywhere barefoot. But at the same time, what that did for us was, you know, just you've got to be aware. And those people that don't put those fires out or bury them and you can't see, yeah, the trouble happens.
Absolutely. Oh, there's some questions.
Yes. All right. You read some of the questions.
All right. So camping in winter or summer. We love winter camping.
Yeah.
It is the best. But I love winter camping because of the sunsets and just being able to sit by the fire. Like it's been pretty cold and next to the fire, like we've got 2 fires going and it's just been absolutely beautiful. You know, that's my favourite.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I love every part of the year, but I'll pick my places where I'll be.
True.
It's just that the worst part is I end up in the cold places when I shouldn't be.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
And so it's funny like that, you know, you just, yeah, I do like, I love summer, I love heat. So I'm a top end camper a lot more than anything else. But, you know, I've spent a lot of time in Tassie, Victoria and stuff like that. So been in the snow, been in the rain and all that. So it doesn't faze me really.
Yeah.
Long as I'm away on a trip, I'm in the bush or the beach, doesn't matter.
Look, the beach is great in summer.
Yeah.
Fishing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you couldn't take us away from the water at Christmas time of fishing. That's the best.
So where are you going for your holiday this Christmas?
Fraser,
Oh,
3
yeah.
weeks.
Fraser.
Yeah,
Yep.
I believe I booked you to come.
So that's it. You know, we're back at Fraser. But look, it's close for us, and there really isn't a lot of people up there as like people say there is. So.
No, we were so fortunate last Christmas. I mean, it had been a long while since we'd all gone up there as a family, and just the amount of dingoes, hey, like that was insane. But that's because there wasn't a lot of people camping where we were.
Yeah.
And that was a real eye opener.
We got two tents destroyed.
Yeah, 2 of our Oz tents, the screens. A pup was curious, hey.
Yeah.
And they just jumped up on everything. Every morning we could see that there was like little footprints everywhere. And then we come back from a day trip doing some fishing, and unfortunately they got into the tents. They didn't get into swags, but yeah, they did get into the tents. So
no, it's one of those things that happens.
it is.
You should read more there.
Alrighty. So what do we got? Kids love camping, and we'd feed them breakfast and wouldn't see them till lunch and dinner. Those were the days, right? Loved that. We'd be out at the creek and running around, and we were safe and sound. David's really enjoying your content, and keep up the good work. If you could go to one 4-wheel drive spot in New South Wales, where would it be?
4-wheel drive spot. Oh, look, there's lots in New South Wales, but I enjoy Coffs Harbour. I haven't been back there for a while, but that's a really awesome place. And look, there's a lot of adventures around the Zig Zag track and Zig Zag Railway, that is, and out all in that area, and you know, around Lithgow area. There's so much out there. So, you know, sky's the limit, and there's plenty of it. But the Watergans is another fun place, but I think you know, it's a lot harder on your 4-wheel driving side of things out there now. But as a touring area, Coffs Harbour, I love that. I am going to go and do a sort of a huts trip in around the Jindabyne area before too long, where we go round and we check out some of the huts and stuff down that way, because again, I've done it a number of times, but I've got to do it again and just show and tell it. So we'll do that for sure.
We got some questions about what we're cooking for Uluru trip, and then someone else has said, what is our go-to camp oven? So it's all about food, which is we love.
Yep.
What's your go-to?
What's my go-to?
Your go-to camp oven meal.
Look,
Tamara cooking.
Yeah, Tamara cooking's number one. But no, look, without a doubt, every single trip, if I'm going, I'll have curried sausages, because I love curried sausages with mashed potato. One of my definite favourites. Yeah. And I can never ever beat a lamb roast.
Yeah, we do make some good lamb roast.
Yeah.
Absolutely, every time.
But I mean, I'm not into that. I'm not that sort of cook that myself. I'm not that cook that tries all this weird and wonderful stuff that I can't keep in a fridge or keep dry. Because I'm about, because I do a lot of remote stuff, I can go for a long time without any refrigerated stuff. So like we were doing some tests and stuff, Jeff from Seriously Series, and we were back to doing no fridge, using a Hessian bag, like a Hessian sack, wrapping our veggies and fruit and all that in that, and keeping that damp to keep it moist over in WA. And
yeah, that was incredible. That's going back to basics.
Yeah, and it's great to do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it teaches you what you can do and what you can't do, sort of thing, and it makes you think about it. So yeah. I really enjoy that.
And
I hope you're not missing any of these questions.
No,
There's lots of them.
Yeah, there is. But like going back to like camping for, like cooking for Uluru, again, 3 weeks. It's like you've really got to be compact. So we camp quite basic. when doing longer trips, because obviously you've got your weight. You don't want any perishables that are, we eat tinned potatoes and tinned peas and corn and carrots. Like, I must be one of very few people that love dead potato.
Do ya?
Yes.
Well, you're lucky that's
Yeah.
never happened to you. Crikey.
But that sort of thing doesn't worry me. So
No.
we just, we're tinned foods, easy, basic. The first week's always luxury, and then you save the old Mars bar for a couple of weeks' time when you haven't been through a town. But yeah, all pretty basic
Yeah.
stuff. So.
But give us a few meals that you're going to cook, you think? And
Yep.
so does the van, do you cook inside or outside the van?
Always outside. I'm not an inside cooker.
So tell why.
I don't particularly like waking up to the smell of bacon in the middle of the night and fat everywhere. So if there's a fire, that's where I'm cooking every time without a doubt. Breakfast, lunch, dinner is done there. But yeah, traditionally outside. So, and most of the time, like, the vans have outdoor kitchens, but I'll still use my jet boiler for noodles for the kids, making my coffee, whatever that is. Boiling up the water is my jet boil. I've got the camp base jet boil, so I use that as well. Space station, so that's got 2 cooking elements on it, and yeah, that's what we cook on.
Yeah,
So,
right.
Yep.
Yep. Well, I mean, that's sort of best way to do it, because I mean, that's the last thing I can think of too is cooking inside of a van.
Yep.
and that smell.
For sure.
And especially, the oil and grease getting into the screens,
Yeah.
and then the dust then sticks to the screens.
And it's on the ceiling.
Yeah.
So to get longevity out of the vans, like, I was in the caravan camper trailer leisure industry for a long time, and it was always outside cooking, because you're going to get a much better time frame out of your van. Not cleaning, cooking off the roof for starters, but plus we're compact. We like to live out the back of the car and have a swag. So putting everything in the drawers is the way that we do it. So nice and compact.
So, Ian Cuss, roast in the camp oven, absolutely.
Definitely.
Okay, so David.
If you just had a stock 4-wheel drive, what would you recommend in terms of accessories to go off-road safely?
Oh, look, honestly, it's all going to come back to off-road. What is your class of off-road? Because, I mean, it's going to be back to the tyres. Tyres you're going to run.
Yep.
How much weight you're going to put in it straight away, because weight, as soon as you talk weight, well, then you have to talk suspension. But if you're going basics, well, you're all right with the suspension you've got. But it depends how much off-roading you're going to do, sort of thing, to weigh that up. But as soon as you add a bull bar, as soon as you add towing, as soon as you add drawers, fridge, all those sorts of things, well, then you've got to start looking at your suspension, because it will all come into play on how the vehicle handles. So that's where you're going to start.
Well, some basics. I mean, I've had a lot of cars. I don't know who I take after.
I've got no idea. It must be your mother.
But I mean, like, from always first 4-wheel drive was a Discovery, a Land Rover Discovery, but had the Frontiera, had the Challenger, just to see what they were like. Did them up and sold them, because I was really into dabbling those. But, like, even the Frontiera had a nudge bar, didn't have a snorkel or anything like that, but it had the suspension, which was fine. So I remember starting out, and I would always take my friends up the beach, because obviously that's what we did. And it was a matter of just ensuring that we had an air compressor there to pump the tyres up. We had snatch straps. So we had a bag, so recovery bag, with us all the time.
Yep.
And I mean, realistically, you can go basic as long as you know your tyre pressures and you've got the gear there if you do get stuck. Some max tracks or treads. I mean, we used barbecue plates a lot back in the day because we didn't have treads.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Well, let's go to that story. So it's a funny story. Yes, it's forward driving on the beach. And so Inskip Point area, along that area there. So this is when it was starting to erode away, but it was still a lot bigger than what it is today. And anyway, I don't know, how old would you have been?
I was only young, but we had king high tides. I do remember that.
We did.
Yep.
And anyway, I'm going down the beach, and the trees had fallen over, so you have to go out and around the tree and then keep swerving in and out between waves, sort of thing. So I'm going along. Anyway, I'm going around this tree, and then a car in front of me decided to stop. And then I've had to stop, like we're sort of moving with momentum, and then it suddenly stops, So it was one of those things that I wasn't expecting. I've stopped, and then I've sunk, and I've gone down. And I've gone down at a rate of knots, because that area was super, super soft from the wash. Anyway, so all we could do is get the high lift jacks out, and we got 2 high lift jacks because I got one off a mate of mine's car, because we had to put the barbie plates down, high lift jacket, so that the chassis wouldn't suction cap to the ground, because the tide was actually going out at the time. And so we've high lift jacked it, and we've managed to keep it up. The car got belted by a few waves at the same time, but that was a scary time. And we were just lucky that there were some campers just above us, and they threw us down a couple more barbie plates that we used to get it off the ground. And anyway, tide went out. We managed to use the barbie plates as our max tracks because, again,
well, they weren't max tracks back in the day.
There wasn't max tracks.
It was sticks, and it was whatever you could find that you can leverage off of and get traction.
Yeah, and that's how we got it out. But that was a snatch strap. I mean, I think we'll probably put up some pictures where where one of us have gone down in quicksand, and it was,
in the old Landy,
yeah. I mean, I don't know where that picture is, but it'll come up. And we're over on Fraser at this time, and we've gone around a corner. I've gone through, no worries at all. Didn't even break the surface of the sand. Mate of mine's behind me. He's come round, and his car just fell over on its side, and he actually you could actually get out of the window because it was that far over on its side in the quicksand. Anyway, of course, we didn't have winches back then either, and so we had to, and we're on our own, and we had to get it out by digging snatch strap. We broke 3 snatch straps getting it out of there, and that was pretty serious, that one. That's for sure.
That was one of many, though.
Oh yeah, I know. I could talk all night about that sort of stuff. That's for sure.
Bit of topic, but Mark wants to know what your hat is.
Mine, this is a cooler bar from a Kubra. They don't make them anymore.
I believe they actually have started making them again.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, high demand, because I have the same hat because I have the same size head as Dad, and everybody loved this hat. But I do believe they've started making it because a Kubra sold, and they have released them again.
Wow,
in 2
there you
different
go.
colours.
So I've got a few of these hats because I've worn them for a few years now.
Yeah.
So, but you know, they're getting a bit long in the tooth. They're a bit holey and stuff, but they still work. I've still got a
Good old Kubra.
few more years in these ones.
That's
so.
it.
Yep.
That's it. Where's the spit roast?
John. So John, he did the Victorian High Country with us, and his son.
Ah, right.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
great.
we had an absolute ball. And the spit roast, I'm still waiting for him to come up and cook on the spit roast because he reckons he knows how to cook it and cook it well.
That sounds
And
good.
I've got it sitting down in the shed. So yes, we will have the spit roast when you come up. It's still sitting in the shed.
So good.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh dear.
So, what's that one? Oh, I haven't got that one. Can't read it from here.
Which one?
That one.
Hey guys, nice to see you both. Yeah, that was from John.
Oh, yep. Yeah, okay. It's a delay on that sort of thing. Anyway, so can you remember, so you've camped in a swag, you've camped in a tent,
Yep.
you've camped in a caravan.
Mhm.
What other ways have you camped?
In a hammock, in a camper trailer. So soft floor, rear fold, forward fold, dual fold.
Yeah.
Done all the campers. Done mainly I have done hybrid camper trailers. Yeah, swag would probably be the most basic. But I mean, we've done like hike camping, but that you just take a hammock, which keeps you off the ground.
Yep.
So that's probably it.
Do you remember, now this is a few years ago,
Yep.
sleeping in surfboard bags?
Oh, that was up at Fraser. Yep.
Now that was, so we had a base camp, and this is when, like we were talking before about cyclones and things like that. So we've gone up for a day trip up to Sandy Cape. And anyway, on the way up there, we found 2 surfboards in bags. And so we picked them up and we put them on the vehicle, and we've gone up. anyway, we've decided that we would, I can't remember what happened, but we ended up camping up at Sandy Cape, and we slept inside the surfboard bags. So
yeah, Sandy Cape, I mean, most people don't even go up there, right? So they don't even understand how far up it is and how painful it is to get back on tide times and getting through Nagala Rocks. So once you're up there, you're up there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you are. I mean, it's again, it keeps changing. It evolves. It's like it's shut now. You can't go up there. But yeah, it's those different times. I mean, I've got times where we're just continually that Nagala area. We're just doing the rocks the whole time through there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is amazing. But yeah, that was a time when we.
Knowing you, it was just because the fish were on.
Oh yeah, well, we did a bit of that, didn't we?
Yeah. John said that next time Victorian High Country trip happens, he's going to cook. I'm going to come for that one.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan, that's for sure. What else? God, I can talk about anything with camping, that's for sure. So what would you recommend? So if people are going for their first time, how would they look at what they would buy to go camping? Like what would be the bare necessities that you would start with without breaking the bank? To go camping.
Well, I guess it depends on where you are going camping, but there's so many places now where you can shop affordably and get a tent. So, I mean, if it were me, I'd just be looking for, I'm a quality person, so we always bought good quality stuff. It may not have been the cheapest, it may not have been the most expensive, but we'd go middle and then it'd last us forever. Like my first swag I had forever. 30 years I think I had your swag for, like I inherited that thing. But I would go for a decent swag. I don't like all the poles. Basic swag is good. I know people like space nowadays, but I'd go for an Oz tent. Like I'd get a an Oz tent, so that way it's quick setup. You know that you've got cover if it rains because you can put the awning out. Make sure you've got the cooking necessities and essentials. Like if you can't afford to have drawers in the back of your car and you've got like a little Susie or something like that, I'd just be getting like a expedition box, fill that with your cooking gear, make sure you've got a billy, somewhere to wash your dishes, something to sleep in and keep you warm, and toilet paper, don't forget the toilet paper. And really that's it, you don't need fancy stuff. You can sleep anywhere, and some lights, LEDs, going to be a saving grace.
Well, it's all available now, and
cheap.
It is. But you've just pointed at something. So this. What can you tell us about this, Tamara?
The bowl is like 30, maybe like 35 years old, 36 years old. I bathed in this when I was little. So Dad used to put me in that when I was a baby camping. And then I put my daughters in that camping as well. So they were really young when they started camping. Shakira wasn't even sitting on her own and she was bathing in this tub.
I so wish we had a photo of it.
I know.
You know,
I know.
like...
But then that was our pippy collector. It was like to wash and fillet our fish. It's been in everything.
It has. It's done a lot of miles, that one.
But you don't get quality like that anymore. Look at it.
It's got a few dents, a few bangs, but it's good.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks, Tom. So, no, awesome. So what do you got for me in a question? Oh, can we see Tamara go on a trip with you? Can we see Tamara go on a trip with you? I reckon it'll have to happen, don't you?
I reckon that's a great idea. We've been saying this for a long time, like years we've been saying we should do this.
But she's always too busy.
He's always off gallivanting around the countryside.
I've got things to do and places to be.
But yeah, I think so. I think that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Because we're very similar in the way that we camp. We have a lot of banter and cook good food, do cool things.
Yeah, I won't have to cook. So yeah, no, that'd be an awesome idea.
But yes, definitely. Where do you reckon we go?
Oh, I don't care.
Name a place. Name a place.
Look, what keeps coming on my radar is I didn't go to the Simpson Desert last year. I haven't been there this year. And I've got to go next year for sure, and I've got a few other people that want to do the Simpson Desert again next year. So
Yeah.
it's that's definitely one place.
Yeah.
But then there's the Flinders Ranges too.
Yeah,
So,
so that'd be a good trip too.
yeah. So I'm pretty happy to go whichever.
I think we should really find out where people want to see, because you've got a lot of places where the guys are chucking it up on YouTube. So the Cape, for instance, the most popular destination to go.
I've never been there.
No, not at all. But I think we need to choose a destination that people don't go to regularly, or that hasn't been on the radar on YouTube and TikTok like a lot. We need to find somewhere that's like.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean that's what that's what we're sort of doing now. Hey.
You're the adventurer. You find those places.
Yeah. Because there's so many places and there's so much to see, and that's the whole concept of what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
With this travel is going to these places and telling stories and sharing those stories. And I mean, I hope people who are watching tonight are seeing those YouTubes that we're doing now on those places that we're going to, because I'll tell you what, it's great to actually tell the story at the same time. But I've got some huge trips coming up with a lot of stories involved in those trips, which are going to be pretty special. So,
well, I think one thing that's different about what you do is that you actually care for the story behind it. And, you know, like there's a lot of people that you can watch online, but the fact of the matter is you're a decent human doing amazing things. And if you can help someone along the way, then you do.
yeah.
You know, and you meet the original founders, like the last place that you guys went to, you met this amazing chap that had, you know, was it the gold mine or something? Gold mine?
That hasn't come out yet.
Oh, sorry. Okay, but there's a really great one coming up. You've got to tune in for that. But yeah, you know, like you meet the most amazing people, and you share that, which I love. I love that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Hi, Jamie. Tony here. Do you remember meeting me at the Brisbane 4x4 show? Off-road chair. I still getting. Mate, never give up. No, I do remember. Absolutely, I remember. I think your well, I call it a buggy. Your off-road chair had tracks on it, so I do remember. Yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
yeah,
so
no,
good.
I do remember.
You meet a lot of people.
Oh, I do meet a lot of people, and people keep coming out of the woodwork all the time, and you just, you know, it's just mind-blowing on that sort of things. All right, so when you go camping, what is your most important pastime when you're there?
My most important part, so like a memory of being in that
Well,
location?
it could be, no, when you get there, you'd like to sit there and read.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a reader.
I just had to add that.
Thanks. No, it would be if I can have a fire. We're straight into getting the kindling, so the kids just absolutely love it. So we make the fire because that's your TV, and then no reception is amazing. So we love that. If we love going to places where there's creeks, so we can go have a look around there, find the local swing, that sort of stuff. But really, it's just adventuring. It's just enjoying the peace.
Yeah.
Like if there's heritage listed things, we'll go and see those. But it's really just making the memories and the experiences that aren't the usual.
So tell me, with your kids, do you think they're following what you've like I've shown you?
Yep.
Do you think they're doing the same thing?
Yes and no. I think the technology really sucks. Like we don't get out enough. But moving to a bigger property, Capri was down making that fire in the backyard, and she sat there for a week. Like we moved on school holidays, and that kid was down there. I had to keep coming over and using Dad's chainsaw to cut logs down, you know, trees up, and giving her wood. So yeah, they love being outside, and once they're in that setting, you know, they're so happy. They'll play volleyball. We take the tennis rackets out. Doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah.
They don't care whether they've got a bike or something like that. We make fun out of what we got.
Yeah.
And once they're out there and they forget about the technology, they're fine.
Yeah.
So it's making those memories.
And I think that's the important part is taking them off grid, not off grid, but I mean out and about to actually see the other stuff. Because I remember when look, there's you.
Oh yeah.
Having another
cooking a roast.
Hey,
something different.
No, it's amazing. But I remember when COVID was on, I went out to the desert because I wasn't allowed out of Queensland. So I took my son out to the desert, and we poked in and out of all the tracks
Yep.
on the Queensland side. And I found old camps that no one had been to for 60 to 80 years.
Yeah, wow.
And, you know, when you get to see that sort of stuff, and I mean, they could have been older than that, you know, but,
Yep.
you know, I'm finding blackfella camps, I'm
Yep.
finding whitefella camps. Whitefella camps, smash bottles everywhere.
Yeah.
But blackfella camp, all you've got, you find some just different, what would you call it? I found how they'd been making tools,
Yeah.
doing just different stuff, and it was really amazing just to find it and
For
come
sure.
across it, and that's what I loved. But the one thing that I got from it was I couldn't believe how there was nobody out there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody at all was travelling out that way.
Yep.
Everyone is still stuck on the coast,
Yeah.
and you've got all this country, and there's no one out there.
Well, I mean, I came here.
Yeah, well,
You know, because here was the best spot for us. Because Queensland, I mean, you got to feel for the rest of the states, but we were lucky during COVID that we could come here. Because I remember having Easter here, and I'm making, like, we had a fire with the kids, and we were making Easter damper and all of that in the fire. We were having camp ovens out here because there was nothing else to do.
Yeah,
we're pretty lucky.
And that was the great thing. I didn't even have to leave the land.
You didn't leave the land. Oh, you didn't leave. Tamara, keep us bring some bread.
Well, that was if we didn't bother making the stuff.
Yeah, well,
you know?
that's true too. That's true
So,
too.
no.
For sure.
All right, so we got some more questions happening here. Yes, you better read that.
If your travels, in your travels, have you ever heard strange noises during the night? Anything you couldn't explain? Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, I love this. You've got to ask some more questions because it just reminds us of those things. You
Charlotte
know?
Plains for me.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
Charlotte Plains, but it wasn't so much the noises. It was the fact that I don't know, but they to me were like the Min Min lights.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I watched for like 3 hours. They're like, don't watch that. I was in my swag and I could see the lights, and they were just there, kind of moving, and it was just the most surreal thing. And the Victorian High Country, definitely there was stuff happening there too.
Yeah.
So David, there's lots that you.
Yeah.
Depends if you wear the tinfoil hat, but yes, there's definitely a lot of that.
Well, I mean, I can explain quite a few of the different ones for me, but I don't know if you've ever heard, like a lot would have heard it, but listening to a possum when it starts growling at night, and you can't see what it actually is, or well, you know, when you don't know what it is, what that sound is.
Yep.
That's the first one I remember. That was years and years and years ago for me.
Yeah.
And I heard this thing, and I was laying in my swag, and I had a swag with a screen over it. And I'm laying in there, and I hear this thing, and I'm thinking, what is that? And of course, you put the torch on, you can't see through the screen. It just lights up, and you go.
I think it's worse if you can, like if you do have a screen.
Yeah.
Just keep me covered.
Yeah. Yeah, you think the screen's going to protect you, but anyway, I remember this thing, and it was so loud at the time. And I mean, you know, I've heard them a million times since, but I just heard that, and that noise just made you alert and aware.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what it was at the time, and then of course I unscreened it and shone around till I found it.
Yeah.
And here
for
it was a possum. So.
Yeah. Well, when you're out west or there's nothing else around, you can hear every noise.
Yeah. Oh,
the
yeah.
wild
yeah.
cats, like
Yeah.
the wild cats out there are hectic because they're that quick, and you can hear them, but you don't know what they are, and then it's just by chance that you'll spot them with the torch.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, and they're big too.
And when you talk the cats, I remember, I don't know if I ever told you about that time. So I'm laying in my swag. I've got just a flat swag, and I've got my head under the cover. It's cold. I'm out near Burke, and anyway, I could hear something walking. Then next minute, it walked over the top of me. It wasn't big, and I thought, what the hell is that? Anyway, it got down to my feet, and then it laid across my feet. And I'm thinking, what is that?
You're warm.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I unzipped the swag, got the torch out, and it was a cat.
Yeah.
slept on me. And I'm in the middle of absolutely nowhere.
Crazy.
Nothing else around me. No other caravans, campers at all. I was in the middle of the bush.
Yep.
And yeah, a cat.
Oh, Arc Point's jumped on. They said hello.
Oh, g'day guys. Yeah, well, I actually had them here and we did that. We talked about canopies last time.
Yeah, that's right. Legends, they are.
So that was, we had an awesome time doing exactly the same thing. But I think we've got to do more of this. But fire away with some more questions that we can answer, or tell you a story about what we've had.
Oh, well, what's your best bush mechanic fix that saved you from a tragedy?
Well, let's start with yours.
Oh, when I went out, I was going out to do Popple's Corner. So I had, this was only a few years back. I had a Colorado, don't judge me, but it was a manual, and I got about 36 kilometres out of Roma, and I blew my diff. It just chewed it, and unfortunately there was nothing I could do. I called RACQ because my mate's with me. Like, I never had roadside assist because we just fix stuff. And yeah, roadside assist come, and this old Falcon was the hire car, like crazy. Anyways, we got back to the caravan park, and I had to call Dad because I was like, he's got the guys, like his Facebook is got a lot of following. Like, Dad, put a shout out for me. Do you know anyone in Roma? Can they give me a hand? And we met an amazing guy that actually lived here in our area, and he's like, hey, you can use my car. I've got a fuel card. Like, come and grab it and then go and find yourself a new diff. So out at Roma, had to travel all the way to the other side of the Gold Coast. Long story short, it did cut our holiday short. Nonetheless, it was still great. But we ended up fitting that diff in the caravan park. And yeah, what do you do? Like, we were just resourceful. There was only 2 diffs left for a manual in the whole of Australia. And we managed to get one. And, you know, it was all thanks to a really great guy helping us out.
And that's the power of social media at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
You just never know when or what can happen.
Yep.
For me, I've had many. I don't know where to even start with telling
What about just
one.
a recent one? Like, I rocked up and I seen your new truck and I was like, what is that?
All right. Well,
how you drove home with that?
A recent one was I snapped the brake caliper off the front of the Landy. Hasn't come out on a video yet, but it will.
Oh, sorry, I keep doing this.
But anyway, so I've snapped it off, and I don't have bolts to well, yeah, it broken, and so I couldn't re-bolt it back on. So I had to disconnect it, tie back, and clamp off the brake line, and then so I had multi-grips on it, and zip tied the multi-grips up inside where the suspension was, so I had 3 brakes to travel home on. So we had, I think that happened when we had about 1,200 or 1,500 kilometres to go. And so I knew I'd be right, because I've been through this before where I broke brake lines. I've broken them in the Kimberleys and I broke them in Cape York. And so I had to bend over the lines to stop losing the fluid, and go back, come home on 2 brakes or 3 brakes. Anyway, so that was okay. Sorted that out on 3 brakes. Wasn't really a worry to get home. And then I snapped the cardinal joint on the front uni, on the front tail shaft. And never have I done that before. I've broken plenty of uni joints, but I'd never broken a cardinal joint in the joining part. So, and then hence I posted that up, and so many other people had done it, and that happened to them. So, but there's not much I haven't done. I remember crossing the Simpson Desert once with no clutch. So I'd get a pull start in the morning, because you can't roll in sand.
Yep.
Get a pull start, and then I would just change them gears as I went, and yeah.
Classic.
Because that's going to get hot there. You might want to swing that out a bit.
I stoked it.
Yeah, so that got me through the Simpson Desert. That was a challenging run, but we did it, no worries at all. So interesting times.
Question about your bucket list.
Oh.
Is there a bucket list camp spot that you haven't been to yet and you want to do? Good question, Adam.
Adam, all right. Is there a bucket list? I got a bucket list a mile long, but It's all going to be, a lot of it's going to be in the Kimberleys.
It's like, yeah, and coming soon,
Oh,
right?
yeah, and Arnhem Land. You know, there's so much more up in Arnhem Land to do. So
For sure.
Kimberleys and Arnhem Land for me. All right.
Offroad Dad, you will definitely have to drop in there yours. That'll be awesome to hear.
Yep. Okay, next one.
I was sitting at a campsite very close to the Dartmouth Dam and heard a crazy sound. It was 2 Air Force jets. Wow.
Oh, right.
Came out of nowhere. They did a really huge turn and disappeared just as quick. That would have been hectic.
Unreal.
Right? And so loud. Ned Kelly. Hey, guys. Do you want to read that one?
Yep, you read it.
Oh. Your thoughts on how we as campers collectively can educate the masses to be zero footprint campers and not ruin access to the beautiful spots this country has? I love that question.
And while you answer that,
Yep.
I'll just duck off into the bush and I'll be back.
So, you know, for us, we're so mindful. Where am I looking here? This one or this one? Hi. We're super mindful when we camp because we don't leave, obviously, litter. And I guess that's the hard thing at educating like young people in nowadays. But also like burning on fire. Don't throw stuff on there that's not going to break down easy. Eggshells are the worst because the goannas and the wildlife get into it and it creates issues as well. But I think really it just starts with us as parents and just trying to educate our kids as best as possible and having their friends around and teaching them as well. Take stuff that's biodegradable and take your litter with you. There's a lot of places when you travel now where you can't really leave it behind. They don't have bins, and I think that's the reason why they do that. So it's yeah, I guess that's what I'd say. And now Dad's left me, so now I've got to do all the talking. I guess some fond memories of myself and Dad is that he's pretty well taught me a lot of everything that I know with the basics, which has been pretty amazing.
I needed another four-wheel drive to get me through.
Yeah, I remember. We did a couple of trips up the beach.
We did a few trips in that one,
Yeah.
and we just swagged in the back of that with a canvas tarp over us.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was good. And that was then I lost fifth gear in that.
Yep, no doubt.
Yeah, lost
No
fifth
doubt.
gear and had to drive it in fourth for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that were good old days. Those were, that's for sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
You still reading these
Part
questions?
of your videos I enjoyed the most is how you educate us about Australian history. Yeah, I love that too. What is some of the history you haven't yet explored and shared?
Well,
so much.
Yeah, there is so much. I mean, one place that I'm not going to be able to show a lot of, and that's honestly the history in Tasmania, because in Tasmania, what I found when I've filmed down there an awful lot is the towns, they move all the stuff from the towns and the areas, and then it just overgrows.
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
And it's gone, and and you'll never know what was there. Now I was down there. I can't remember the names of the places, but I was down there. And
just lost volume. Someone's just said. Sorry, Mark. Maybe we're not loud enough. All good?
Can you hear us?
Dunno.
Can you give us a...
All good?
Good? Yeah, so in Tasmania, the towns are lost. They're lost in getting overgrown by the bush and whatnot. And there's so many stories down there and just places to explore. Now, I was walking around this old abandoned town, which was not much of it left, but there was a big rocky outcrop there. And I just so happened that there was rocks coming down, and then just under this ledge, there was a pair of olden day shoes, like the nailed.
That's crazy.
And there was a pair of them.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, wow, like I'm talking 1800s, maybe
Wow.
early 1900s, could have even been earlier, but
Yeah.
it's just amazing to find that sort of thing. And I think, like, I really want to go into a lot more stories in the Flinders Ranges and,
Yeah.
you know, the old stone houses and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff, because they are incredible. And I've got to some really amazing ones with so much stuff still in them.
Yeah.
And that's the part I love is, you know, that nobody's pilfered the stuff out of them,
For sure.
you know, and that's so important. I find, like, I found this old place. I found a whole town up in Cape York, and I went there with another mate of mine who knew about it. And it's all, I think there might be a caretaker that lives there now.
Yeah.
But you go into this town that no one's going to find it.
Yeah.
You know, you need to know it's there. And the whole town's intact. And the
Crazy.
police station, butcher,
Yeah.
houses, and they've all got the stuff in them. And it's an old gold mining town. And just to see that and see the stuff just all sitting in its places.
It's amazing.
I love it.
It's
Love
like it's
it.
preserved.
It is.
But talking about like history and all of that, what about your hut here? Because everybody, like, they see this and like we have one of the most special things here
Yeah.
at Bushman's Retreat. And I mean, you know, we invited someone up here just before and he was like, wow, this is so cool. Like,
Yeah.
I think you should tell people, I don't even know when the last time was that you told people about this, because you don't often talk about your own stuff here in your own backyard. But
Oh, yeah.
this has been a pretty cool thing having this here.
Yeah. Well,
And how old it is.
well, I can't keep saying it's 110 years old
No,
anymore.
I know, that's me too.
So it's probably 115 or 16 years old now. And it was an old house that was going to be demolished. And a guy rang me up and he said, look, you should come and have a look at this place because they're going to demolish it. So I went up and I went and had a look at it, and then I pulled it apart. Then I called on my daughter to help me bring it all back
On car trailers.
on car trailers.
And
So
it's hardwood, guys.
hardwood.
Like, it's heavy.
it's super heavy. We were just lucky that there was an excavator there that could help us lift it up, lift a lot of it up. But anyway, pulled it all apart and moved it here, and then we put it back together. And some of it was eaten out by termites and whatnot. But yeah, it's 115 or 116 years old, and 5 people used to live in it. And I can't really show you it now, but I'll show you another time.
You have to do a tour from it.
Yeah,
I
I'll do
love
a
it.
little tour of it, and you'll be amazed on how small that area is with 5 people living in it. So,
Yeah.
because it had a triple bunk bed in it and a double bunk bed in it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was 7 in it, because mum and dad as
Yeah.
well. So it's 5 kids, and I met
Crazy.
the youngest daughter when I got it, because it come off her farm, and I think I can't remember now. Or I may not have met her. I may have met another fellow that's knew her. But anyway, yeah. So it's, and what I've got in it is all relics that I've picked up along the way.
Camping and traveling.
Yeah, camping and traveling.
Which is cool.
And you know, and I've bought a lot of stuff in different areas just to put it back to that era.
Yeah,
So
for
it's-
sure.
Yeah, love it.
What is the biggest cook-up you guys have done? I'd say that'd be up the top
Yeah.
during the working bees, because we had like 8 different camp.
Well, it'd be about 30 to 40 people.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
And we had a big campfire, and on that campfire we had all of these different areas where you could cook. So from barbecue plates to bell ovens to
Bidoris, my big bidori.
crazy. That was really cool. That was.
Yeah, that would be it. About I'd say 30 people comfortably.
Yeah.
But we had, up there, we had a big fire pit.
Oh, huge.
Yeah, so.
Huge. It was pretty cool.
Can you pass me that jumper? I'm getting a bit cold. Starting to get a bit of a shiver.
What was your first car?
You tell them yours.
So his was a Series 2 Land Rover with a crash box and 4-cylinder petrol engine when he was 17. That's cool.
Who's that?
Off-road dad.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember those Landies.
My first car was a Mazda BT50, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lowered, on the ground.
Yeah, it was,
airbag suspension, up and down.
Police knew me by first name.
Yeah, no door handles, remote. Yeah, I remember it.
And then lots of cars for me, but same as you.
My first car before my first four-wheel drive was a mini moke.
Could you imagine him in a mini moke?
Well, the idea was to go to the beach in the mini moke.
Of course it was.
And we did.
Yep.
We went to the beach in the mini moke and we took it out glass house. Got stuck out there, left it out there overnight a couple of times because we could lift it around. So it
Crazy.
It worked for doing that.
Glass house, we had some good trips out there though.
We did.
Unintentionally camped out a few times.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you just can't make it home.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
But and then my first real four-wheel drive was my CJ7. CJ7 Jeep.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. But it didn't last, and then it was Land Rovers from then on.
Yeah, you've always had the Landies.
I've always had Land Rovers. I used to have a lot of FJ45s. I used to do them up on the side and sell them, sort of thing. So they were a popular four-wheel drive. We used to always have one floating around, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't think you would ever see a picture of me in one, but I don't think I got one. But there you go.
Oh dear. I think that's because we had seat belts that were just like little clip claps.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, I remember.
Those were the days.
They were.
Crikey.
So good.
All right, so.
When you cut to the picture view, the audio cuts out.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't realise it was cutting out. So thank you for telling us that. Thank you very much. All right, so anyone got any other questions that we can answer? Because otherwise we'll just rattle on here all night, and I don't want to bore you.
I'm going to check the food.
But it'd be nice if there was something or a place that you wanted us to go to or see, whether it's me doing my little adventures that I'm doing these days, or just want to know about a place that you want to go to yourself. I'd love to answer if I can.
All right.
I've been a few places over the years. So, yeah, it'd be nice to know any of those sort of things. Okay, Aaron, what made you pick a Land Rover over everything? Also, camping with the dogs. How difficult is it to find camps? Okay, all right. So what happened was a long story, but when I first got introduced to going four-wheel driving, I was about 10 or no, I'd say 11 years old, and a mate of mine's dad used to take us up the beach in his old Land Rover, and we did that for years. You know, like if I'm 11, I still got a few more years till I get a license. So we went up in an old Landy up the beach all the time, and I went, I love this, I love it. Anyway, so of course I went, all right, well, I've got to get a four-wheel drive. I started off with this Jeep, that didn't work out for me too well. And then I went to a Landy, and it was a cheap four-wheel drive, and the great part about it is I could go to the beach as much as I like, and you couldn't see the rust. because they're aluminium.
You used to hose them out.
Oh, I did.
With the fire hose.
Absolutely. Yep, because my Landy used to go up the beach every weekend, so it was rusty, very rusty. But that was why I had a Landy. And then I built this Defender. I had a Defender before the one that I built up, and a magazine called Four Wheel Drive Action, which some of you will remember, did a feature story on it. And at that time was in, I can't even remember the year, but it was a long time ago. It was probably, I'd say 16 years ago, something like that. And they did a big feature on it, and that car had all the bells and whistles back then. Even had satellite TV on it.
Oh, that was your DSS Landy.
Yeah. And from that time on, I then got involved on going on four-wheel drive action, DVDs and stuff like that. And I just got tarred because it built some good rapport between us, between a Toyota and a Nissan and all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, created so many debates.
It did, and it was great. And anyway, I never really broke the thing, and we never really had too much trouble with them. And I still to this day, and I mean, I've put them through a lot in a lot of places, and yeah, that's why I ended up with the Landy. But long story, but that's what it was.
Well, you could always fix it. You were going to remote places.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much that I don't know to do to fix an old Landy anyway.
That's for sure.
But now travelling with the dog, yeah. Well, back in the day, we could travel with the dogs, and it used to be really easy. But now it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
Because you're not like I used to take my dog to Double Island all the time.
Yeah, Zach came everywhere too.
He did.
Everywhere.
And we could go a lot of places, but now, yeah, you just can't take them into national parks. It's a no-no, and so it is a lot harder to travel with them. I mean, there is places you can go, of course, but it does make it a lot harder.
Yeah.
So, and to finding camps, well, there's tons of camps everywhere you go. You've just got to get onto all the different places if you're talking with dogs, to find out who will accept dogs in that sort of sense, because it's that 1% that doesn't tie the dog up that destroys it for everyone else. Like my dogs, I got a few, and they don't get to go on those trips, but they've got a heaven or a haven of a place right here.
Yeah.
So we've got a property that they just run free on, and they love life, sort of thing. So,
for sure.
But yeah, you'd have to just look into where you can take your dog. If that's what you're referring to. All right. So I don't know, how long we've been going now?
Little while. Crikey, look at you.
Who?
You.
Oh, yeah, good looking rooster, that one.
Jeez, look at me.
Hey.
Good
So we got any more questions? Otherwise we should probably wrap this up.
Yeah, we got some brisket and gnocchi to eat.
Yep. And where's the rest of the family?
Well, they're on their way.
Are they?
Yep, had football tonight.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying what we're doing. And look, tell me, like I'm thinking about doing another live and talking about like 12 volt, because that's my background. It was 12 volt, and I'll get the guys from probably JTS and custom lithium and that, and we talk about 12-volt systems and batteries and all that sort of stuff maybe on our next one. You know, but put it in the comments and let us know what you'd like to see, you know, or like to know, or who you'd like us to, well, like me to have a chat with, because I mean, I think it'll be, it's fun and we can all interact with it. We've got another one here.
Oh, the fam's rocked up for dinner. Good timing.
Tompkinson, the Isuzu motor made the Land Rovers. Absolutely, the Isuzu motor made the Land Rovers. Yep. And I tell you, I really enjoy travelling in a Parenti with the Isuzu motor. That is great. That is really awesome.
One question before we do jump off is, which do you prefer, driving the truck or driving the Landy?
Oh, that's not a fair question.
But it is, because so many people want to know.
Look.
Depends on where you're going.
Oh, look, it does. I mean, I feel spoiled when I get in the truck.
Yeah.
Because I love driving that truck. I sort of haven't put it out there to show and tell it for a while, but it's coming back and it'll be in use before you know it. Because, look, it's an adventure truck, as in there's nowhere I can't take it really, that I can't take the Land Rover sort of thing. So, yeah, I'll take that on a few adventures before too long. But I love the truck because I can carry a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
And at the same time, oh, dogs are here to see the family. Kill. Anyway, yeah, it's the truck. I love the truck. I love the Landy, but I love the truck.
Yeah, the truck's just something different for you, right?
Yep.
Well, that's it. I think we just got some thanks and
itself.
And the family's rocking up for dinner.
Oh,
good
phone
timing.
pooped itself. Thanks. Wait, cheers. No, thank you, Mark. Thank you. All right. Yes. Well, thanks everybody.
Come on down.
Hello. So yeah, stay tuned and yeah, by all means, write a comment. Let us know what you want to see and what we can do. And yeah, we'll do this again. And I hope you've been enjoying the other YouTube videos that we've been putting up. So anyway, stay tuned. Drop a comment. See you next time.
Google.